Welcome to Friday Takeaway. This week, I look at two car companies, Bermaz Auto and UMW Holdings. But we start with how the UK Parliament has voted to extend Britain's departure from the European Union past the March 29 deadline. British MPs voted for Prime Minister Theresa May to ask for a delay to Brexit, which means the UK may not now leave on 29 March as previously planned. And that's a potential delay of up to 3 months to 30th of June if MPs back a deal in a vote next week. If they reject the deal again, then she says she will seek a longer extension, but any delay has to be agreed by the 27 other EU member states. The US Federal Aviation Administration finally decided to ground Boeing's fleet of 737 MAX airliners after unveiling data showing that last weekend's deadly Ethiopian Airlines crash resembled Lion Air's own crash in Indonesia, involving the same plane model less than 5 months ago. The FAA was the last airline regulator among significant aviation markets in developed countries that grounded the aircraft, after dozens of countries, including the UK, Australia and Canada, suspended flights by the single-aisle airliners. Boeing, they lost some $28 billion in market value following the two crashes. Back home, the MITI, which is the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, has officially announced that a new Open Approved Permit AP policy has been implemented, effective January the 1st. Under this new policy, there is no limit to the overall number of APs to be released throughout the year, and companies may apply for additional APs based on their sales performance. MITI said they received nearly 300 applications from qualified Bumiputra entrepreneurs, and of this number, 164 were found to be qualified after an audit. 128 were existing companies and 36 were new. In this week's This or That, it's all about cars. On one side is UMW Holdings, which is a huge conglomerate that's had a challenging quarter due to slowing sales of its popular Vios sedan. On the other hand is Bermaz Auto, which on the other hand has had a great quarter thanks to its facelifted and very pretty CX-5 midsize SUV, which has been selling like it's going out of fashion. So let's find out more. Bermaz is the official distributor of Mazda vehicles and spare parts in Malaysia, including the popular CX-3, CX-5 and CX-9 SUVs, and the also popular Mazda 2, 3 and 6 sedans. Bermaz also have a spare parts and 3S service in Malaysia and the Philippines, where they have a controlling 60% stake in the local entity. Bermaz Auto was listed on the main market of Bursa Malaysia in November 2013. Bermaz posted a record-breaking net quarterly profit of 81 million ringgit, up a staggering 39% year-on-year, which brings its 9-month earnings to 209 million ringgit, eclipsing its entire 2018 earnings of 140 million ringgit. The strong results were driven by higher sales of its CX-5 and CX-3 SUVs, with Bermaz still fulfilling bookings made for these models during the 3-month GST holiday between June and September last year. Well, business in the Philippines could be better. Sales dropped 42% in that quarter due to the implementation of the tax reform for acceleration and inclusion law that had been introduced in January of last year. That plus huge competition in the SUV segment, which is exactly where most of the Mazda's demand is currently coming from. Of the 14 analysts who cover Bermaz according to Bursa Marketplace, all are a buy, where 6 are a strong buy and 8 are a buy. With a consensus target price of 2 ringgit 80 cents, there is a potential 20% gain to be had if you buy at around what the current levels are. UMW assembles, markets and distributes some of Malaysia's most popular passenger cars and commercial vehicle brands, with its collaboration with Toyota Motor Corp of Japan dating back some 35 years. In Malaysia, UMW are the exclusive distributor of Toyota and Lexus cars, with an associate stake in an entity that makes and sells Perodua cars. 2018 earnings underperformed expectations, with full-year earnings of 342 million ringgit falling short of consensus estimates by around 25%. Revenue in their core auto division contracted 23% quarter-on-quarter on the back of a sharp 38% quarter-on-quarter drop in Toyota TIV. And that's mainly due to run-out of the previous generation Vios models ahead of the launch of the new model in January 2019. Despite the weakness at UMW Toyota, Perodua registered very strong growth. Associate earnings from Perodua expanded by 68% quarter-on-quarter due to the fulfillment of back orders for the Myvi, which had faced production issues in the third quarter of last year. Plus, they have a new plant in Bukit Raja expected to unlock their potential. This plant is expected to plug the gaps in its model mix once it comes on stream in early January 2019. The first model to be produced is the new Vios, followed by another B-segment model named Yaris, and a potential third model. UMW is aiming for Bukit Raja to hit at least around 80 to 90% utilization rate within its first year of operations, and that is sufficient to be profitable. Of the 16 analysts who cover UMW according to Bursa Marketplace, only 3 are a strong buy, 2 are a buy, 9 are a hold, none are a reduce, and 2 are a sell. With a consensus target price of 6 ringgit and 8 cents, there is a potential 5% gain to be had if you buy at around what the current levels are.